We're far from satisfied with our performances in season 2013. The season, whilst not wasted, was not what we'd hoped it would be. Our good was good, but our poor was poor.
Wowee! Port Adelaide have won! They've beaten the red-hot favourites in Collingwood!
AFL's a tough game. Yeah, potentially it's the toughest game in the world. There's no easy roads to the top in our sport, and there's definitely no easy roads to stay there. An attitude of consistent improvement and a fierce hunger to succeed acts as the fuel for the best players, acts as the fuel for the best teams. And that gives them the opportunity to prepare to perform well against the best opposition. Side by side's more than just a line in our club song, it's an expectation, it's a demand. We're all fortunate to have this opportunity to represent this great club. The club comes before the man, not the man before the club. As a senior coach of the club and as a leader of these young men, I can assure you that we are giving everything that we possibly can. We're prepared to push and drive each other through this off-season to give ourselves the chance of success. You'll see a more disciplined, relentless and side-by-side attitude and performance in season 2014. The players demanded of each other, as do the coaches and staff. I demanded of them. It's a big challenge for us. It's one I'm looking forward to being a part of. This club deserves to be up a lot higher than where we are, but it can only come from effort, sacrifice, selflessness, discipline, relentlessness, side by side. Let's go.
Good luck to all those that are involved in the draft. Well, once again, GWS have the coveted 1 and 2 selections in this year's draft. Collingwood have traded cleverly to ensure that they have 2 picks inside the top 10.
Selection 6, Collingwood.
Player 214-681, Matthew Scharenberg, Glenelg Fosscampton Football Club.
Matthew Scharenberg.
Selection 10, Collingwood.
Player 214-241, Nathan Freeman, Sandringham Dragons, Dingley Football Club.
Pick number 10, the Collingwood Football Club, Nathan Freeman.
Nathan, congratulations, mate. Welcome aboard. Terrific out here. You all right?
Yeah, good.
Pretty stressful days?
Yeah, very stressful. Very nerve-wracking.
No, you're all right.
It's good.
It's going to go, so
Congratulations. Cheers.
Yeah,
good is that. Thanks, mate. Yeah, it's good.
Were you expecting to be called out then?
No, not at all. I had no idea. Yeah, no real expectations at all leading into the night. But yeah, it's a great feeling. Yeah, to hear your name called out, it's fantastic.
Here with Matt Scharenberg and Nathan Freeman. Big day, boys. To the Pies. It's one of the biggest clubs in Australia. Pretty excited?
Yeah, very excited.
It's been a pretty stressful 3 months, I'd say. We went to Melbourne 2 weeks ago and had a look around and met Nathan, and so I was sort of hoping that would be the case, and it's panned out perfectly for us.
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, good that it's all over. I'm feeling very excited, a bit of a relief as well, I suppose. Pretty nerve-wracking process to go through. But yeah, I think mainly excited, and yeah, can't wait to meet all the players and the coaching staff. Yeah, I'm just very keen.
Walking on that stage, mate, I thought I was going to faint. I was going to pass out, but no, it was yeah, that's it, mate. Don't worry about anything else.
Get you to the cross.
I'm really confident in not only the player type that we've brought in, but the character of the players coming in as well. So, you know, fingers crossed, it's all up to them now. And one thing I know and I'm extremely confident about is the way that these boys will attack the program. There's no two ways about that. They will give it everything that they've got, and if they can do that, coupled with their natural talent, I think that you know, they're going to be a success.
Yeah, massive relief when you boys called it out, mate. This is like my preference, so.
Good.
Yeah.
Your mum said that you mentioned it.
Yeah, so yeah. I've just checked my phone and, you know, 45 messages and a couple of calls, so it'll be a bit difficult getting back to them all, but you know, it's good that I got the support from my mates and my friends and family. Thank you. Do you see all the messages? Travis Cloak, Tarkin Lockyer, Sam Dwyer, Eddie Maguire, Tony Armstrong, Jamie Elliott, Ben Reid, Jack Frost, Marley Williams, Nick Maxwell, Pendle.
Jesus Christ.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad.
Montagnier just called me.
Yeah, dude,
catch up Saturday.
I'm getting like, it's like g'day mate, Luke Ball here, g'day mate, Nick Maxwell here, Eddie Maguire, Jack Frost, Marley Williams, Tex.
You're up and about. Did you reply to Eddie?
I love the likes of the Pendles and the Swannies, and you know, I try to take little bits out of their game that I can, so I'm stoked with the opportunity that I've got now with the Collingwood Football Club, and you know, I'm going to put my best foot forward.
6 minutes to 8, Home Buyers Centre bringing you Triple M's hot breakfast on a spectacular day in Melbourne, and big football news. And Scotty Pendlebury is the new captain of Collingwood. Pendles, congratulations, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Pendles, tell me how it all went down. How were you informed? How did you find out?
Yeah, I found out that I was the 46th captain of Collingwood this morning. Went into Purdy's office and there was Eddie, Bucks and Rocket in there. And yeah, Eddie told me then, and it was a massive thrill and honour to get told then.
The process that we use to choose our leaders is fairly robust. It involves nearly every member of the footy department, in particular the players. One of the great things about footy clubs is you see the growth in people. Pendles' professionalism is unquestioned, but what we have seen and what we've witnessed in the environment is his growth as a man, and his influence as a leader has grown. The club captain needs to be the one to stand up and, you know, sometimes against the face of adversity, sometimes to represent, sometimes to be the strong voice internally to challenge his teammates.
Where we're at as a team and as a club, I think it's the right time to hand it over to the next guy in line, which is obviously Scott.
We've got established values at the football club, and Pendles is beyond reproach in all of those. You know, really strong rapport, in particular with, you know, the younger players in the playing group. The captain of the Collingwood Football Club for 2014 will be Scott Pendlebury.
I'm just excited to get into it and see what the role brings. But at the same time, staying true to myself and making sure I perform well on the weekends.
In the community, we exist to stand for something in the community, but as a football team, we exist to win premierships, and that's what we're all about, and God help anyone who gets between us and that goal.
Obviously a frustrating season last year, really challenging, but I guess throughout the pre-season I've really attacked it and things are going well, and yeah, I can't wait for the new season ahead. The boys are up and going and I can't wait to be part of it this year.
To start this year with no injuries and sort of hit the ground running, it's been really good. Coming off sort of last year, being able to get a full season in. Just more aware, I guess, of what it takes to play that level, so I can take those experiences into the pre-season and use that to work on things I need to work on, and just try and grow in confidence and sort of keep building and building.
The key focuses today were just really focused on the sharpness at training and transition running. That's been a big emphasis this pre-season.
Probably a big one for me is just in the gym, getting stronger. Probably, yeah, through my legs and core and that kind of thing. So generally I'm not too bad out in the running, so yeah, a big focus is probably in the gym for me. Yeah. The morale of the team's been great. Yeah, probably as good as I've seen it. Blokes are pushing right through sessions, and you know, to see blokes pushing other blokes to get through is it's good. And I think, yeah, you know, not only out in the track but in the gym, through the locker rooms, it's all real good.
We've always been a club that's enjoyed the opportunity to travel, you know, whether it be in home and away or through the pre-season. And we find that what it does is it just gives you that downtime. Whilst the players spend a lot of time together at the club, it's actually good to change environments. It just, away from family and friends, reduces distractions a little bit and actually has them more, potentially more social time with each other.
Where are we going, Goldie? Hey, buddy. We're off to the beach. You want to come? for a beach run, a run through the trail. Yeah, got to swim around Trevor Hendy out the back there. Do a bit of recovery and then let's just chill out for a bit. So had a quick relay out to Trevor out the back there. Our team won, so it's been a bit enjoyable.
Oh, champions.
Champions!
It's a good opportunity as a group to get away and spend a few days up here as a team, and obviously train here today. Friday we get to have a run on Metricon.
Yeah, it's always nice to change the scenery, and you know, Gold Coast is a beautiful place to come up and have a bit of a holiday and a training camp. Really strong pre-season. Obviously didn't travel this year overseas, and it allowed us to get a fair amount of work in back here and to stick on the footy field dimensions and do the work here. So I think everyone would put their hand up and say they've had a really strong pre-season. And also though, like every other club, we're looking forward to the final hit out on Sunday for us, and then really getting ready for Freo round 1. What is it now? It's 9 o'clock. I probably got to bed around 1 this morning and got up around 6, so you don't tend to sleep too well after you play, and it makes it a bit worse as well playing how we did. So you're sort of just laying in bed thinking about the game and ways to improve. But yeah, on the way to recovery now, and see some of the boys, and hopefully the mood's all right. I feel my role for a number of years has been one to drive the midfield along with guys like Swanee, Beamsy, Bawley as well. And I've always been one to try and get around and encourage the young guys to keep going for the game, because they need to build up that confidence and trust in themselves. And when I was playing my first handful of games, the senior players are really good to me. So I've always tried to do something along those lines.
All right, boys, as we know, Tommy's earned his spot tonight. I think we've all admired the way you've gone about it since day one, since you walked here, walked into the place. I know Bill loves your warm-up strategies and your high knees and high kicks that barely get past hip height. But I think you've made a connection with all the players, and mate, we're wrapped that you're out here tonight with us. We've got full confidence in what you're going to do, so well done.
That was a pretty special moment. Obviously, you dream about it as a kid, and probably one of my favourite players that I've looked up to in the last few years. So it was a pretty special moment, and I'm glad I could share it with my family.
Leading the boys out, I'm always usually at the back, and I'd say I'm a pretty laid-back sort of guy. So usually I'm last or one of the last guys out of the rooms because I'm still getting ready. I leave it always till the last minute, and being captain, you sort of got to be a bit more organised. So out the front, but yeah, it was a massive honour, to lead the side out and get the season underway. G'day mate, how you going? With the Collingwood Footy Club? Thank you. I think always recovery is you touch base with as many guys as you can, and just see how they're feeling, how they've pulled up, and then also just a brief chat about the game and see what they learnt from it, because in the past, if you just brush these games aside and you just put it down to having a bad game, you won't learn much from it. So if we can take a little bit away and put down some notes on Freo, what they did well, anything we picked up from the game for next time, I don't think we play Freo again, but if we come across them in finals or whatever, just so we're ready for them. So you just got to get around each other, and that's where footy clubs are good. Recovery this morning, all the guys will be in there, and we'll lift each other's spirits. How are you, Brownie? I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right. Yeah, so I've pulled up reasonably well. First game, you always get little bumps and bruises and
So yeah, I'll jump in when we get the recovery going and just make sure I just really diligent with Bill's program for recovery this morning. And because it's all about now, we're in a fortunate spot that we've got you know, a bit over 2 weeks now until we play Sydney. So everyone should be cherry ripe and you know, really fresh and hungry. And, you know, have that little feeling in your guts from last night that won't leave us anytime soon.
The Kaffir to the middle. Nice looking kick too. There's the siren. Resounding victory for Fremantle. That was powerful.
The churning in the guts that we're all feeling at the moment is not something you just ignore. We played. We had the game on our terms. We were pretty happy at quarter time with how we approached it. The plan was in place and how we discussed. We wanted the game played was there. We did not take our chances, and we couldn't have spent more time on that over the off season in regards to our set shot goal kicking. When there's such contrast in the way that you perform from quarter to quarter, I mean, it puts heat on everyone. But we will more than likely sit at the bottom of the ladder with our percentage at the end of round 1, but we'll be 4 points away from the top team. So early in the it's a loss. It's a poor loss, but it's not. You don't wrap the season up. You can't change it. You know, we know what we were coming into. We knew what was on the other side. We wanted to perform much better than we did tonight, and we didn't. So we've got some work to do.
Once you get around each other, you sort of have a laugh and you try and draw everyone out of their shell a little bit. So it's been successful, I think, in that sense. And you know, Bucks just grabbed us and just said, you know, it's sort of like a boxing match. You know, round 1 we've been hammered, but you know, there's a long season to go, and we just got to learn from last night and get back on the horse and get ready for Sydney.
I really love riding my bike just because it's something that I used to do when I was little, very, very little, and something I've always enjoyed doing, especially back home when no one had their car licence. We used to get on our bikes, us boys, and ride around the neighbourhood, stay out of trouble. But it's something that I've really enjoyed, and go riding back home up in the hills and do a bit of downhilling and whatnot. And yeah, I've brought the bike across now, and I won't be doing anything dangerous or anything, but it's something that's I like to do. Moving over to Melbourne, that was although Collingwood gave me the opportunity to move over, I still committed to come across and leave. All that I really knew was pretty daunting, and I'm very close with my family and my friends, and that's something I did struggle with. Definitely the first 6 months I found it quite hard to transition. Just learning how to live on your own, paying bills and groceries, cooking, all that stuff, that paying rent, like financially being very independent, and kind of hits your back pocket a little bit, but it's something that you do, and I suppose the earlier you learn how to manage your money and your finances and your time, the better you'll be in the long run. Since I've come to Collingwood, the main kind of influence that the club has put forth on me is probably excellence and discipline. Coming into the club and seeing the elite players at the club, how they go about it, and just learning off them, and obviously Nathan Buckley, the coach and the player that he was, and the standards that he has and the values that he tries to uphold, and all the players live up to. It's definitely helped in my footy, trying to be more professional and stuff like that, and obviously that carries on to other aspects of my game, and also my personal life, becoming more organised and more structured, and trying not to be late. So yeah, it's been good. I've decided to recommit to the Collingwood Football Club for another 3 years till the end of 2017. So yeah, obviously really excited about that, and putting pen to paper is that was a very big decision. Committing to something for another 3 years. So obviously I got to play out this year and then an additional 3 years. So it's something I didn't take lightly. It was, you know, it involved all my family and my management, and you know, it was something that I wanted to get done early. I knew I wanted to stay at Collingwood and play my football here, and I didn't want that dragging out throughout the year. I just wanted to tick it off, and knew that's, you know, where I envisioned myself playing. So it gives me a bit of stability to focus on getting better. Community is one of our values, and that's something that I try and live out when I meet people, and I try and be respectful and understand that you know, I'm very lucky and I feel really privileged to be playing for this great club, and I want to show that all us footy players, we're not just roughed up footy people with no manners and whatnot, and we're good people, and even when we meet kids and stuff, try and you know, give back to them, because I remember when I was little, you wanted, you know, just to be noticed or a high five or something like that. The Magpie supporters, they come and they watch all the training, and they're a loud voice at the games, and you're walking up the race and there's that roar, and when you're running out and you run through the banner, there's nothing really quite like that. It's quite surreal when you're out on the field and you're warming up and you can see just the sea of black and white, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Collingwood Forever is a formal initiative now of the Collingwood Football Club that we've been working on for the last couple of years to make sure that we formally celebrate and create events and platforms to remember the great success and players of the Collingwood Football Club and its fantastic history that we've got.
Well, Collingwood Forever is exactly what it says. Since 1892, all of us people who wear black and white stripes or a scarf or say Go Pies love the blokes wearing the black and white stripes on the field of battle. So we're going to recognise every single player, the great moments of Collingwood, and have a special celebration.
On the 27th of August, Wednesday at the Palladium, Crown Palladium, we'll be having an event where we invite every living Collingwood player to reconnect with the club, reconnect with teammates. We'll be celebrating those players, we'll be celebrating the club.
So we won't be changing the black and white stripes, I can promise you that, but every player who's represented those stripes will have their name on the jumper for the match in round 23 against Hawthorn. It'll be a special keepsake for everybody who loves the club, and well, we all know how important it is when you pull those black and white stripes over your head every time, whether it's as a supporter or as a player. But to commemorate every single person who's run out for the Magpies will be a wonderful day.